Hi everyone. So today we'll see strings. Okay, so let's start. So first of all, what is strings? First of all, let's see what is strings. So strings is a group of characters. So when I'm saying string is a group of characters. Group of characters. Now, when you're talking about strings, so string can include. Like if you're creating a string, it can include anything small a to small z, capital A to capital Z, 0 to 9, and plus some special characters. Special characters like hash, at, dollar, like these like. Okay, so now whenever we used to create string, and you also need to understand, like you know that in arrays we have something known as index. Okay, similarly in string, each character has an index. Each character has an index. We will see that. Each character has an index. Okay, and index start from 0. Okay, and it will go to length of the string. So if I talk about arrays and strings, so these two concepts are very similar, very much similar. Okay, not exactly same, but very much similar. So now the second thing is, what is the need of string? Why we are learning it? What is the need of string? So basically, when I'm talking about need of string, so there are a lot of information which actually stored as string. So suppose if I give you an example, like name of the product. This thing is actually stored in string. Okay, we cannot store this in integer. Similarly, pin code. Even though pin code is a number, okay, even though pin code is a group of number, but you know that I told you earlier that these numbers like PAN card, Aadhaar card, pin code, you will always store as a string because you will not change it later. It's not that you will be going to apply some mathematical operation on it. You will not going to add something on it. Integer, why in which cases basically we use integer? Those cases where we'll perform some kind of mathematical operation also. For example, mobile number. So if you want to store mobile number, so you can see that there are a lot of information which we are storing as string. Okay. Now let's see the next one. How to declare a string. How to declare a string. So if I'm talking about declaring a string, so the way we used to declare a string is string S equals to Masai school. So this is the way how we used to do things. So you already aware of it, okay? Because previously you were doing it. So now if I go to the compiler and let's see, and if I'm saying REPL, Java, and string, and if I create, now if I just remove all this, and now if I create a string, if I say string S equals to Masai school. Okay. String S equal to Masai school. Now, if I just print it, you already know that what will be the output. Java main.java. If I execute it, let's see what will be the output. So basically, the output Masai school came. Now, if I want to tell you that how many characters are there, okay, let's count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, space 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So basically total character we have here is 12. We have total character 12 here. Okay, so that is the main thing here. The total characters are 12. Okay, so now, like if I explain you that how the indexing actually works in case of string. So basically, when I declare this Masai school, then what happened is it actually store in this way. The same way, like I think you already know about arrays, how it actually got stored. So MASAI, and there will be a space SHOO for L. So I'll just create this. So this is for space. So this is how it actually stored in a memory. And it will be having some index. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it is very similar like arrays. So you already know that like when we are creating arrays, so it was storing like this. Similarly is for string. So you can see that it is actually something like indexes. Okay. So now if I come to back to this example and if I write problem 1.java and suppose if I copy this. Now my question is how can I basically if I want to print the first character, then how will I do it? So for that we have a syntax. Okay. So suppose your string is something like this. In that case, if you want to print the first character only, what you need to do is you need to write s dot char a capital small t, and in brackets you need to give the index. Suppose you want to print the first character, you need to write 0. So we have something known as char at. If you use this, using this we cannot. So you cannot basically so this is the way you know that like in case of array we were writing something like this. But in case of string, you need to write in this way, s dot char. Okay, so if I write s dot char and then a capital T and in the bracket if I use 0. So let's see what will be the see what will be the output. If I execute it, so you can see that m is coming. Now if I copy it, now you can see that it is going till 11. Okay. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So if I execute it, so let's see what will happen after this. So you can see that Masai school is getting printed. Now if I just go to 12th index, you know that 12th index doesn't exist. And then in that case, what will happen? So you can see that it is giving an error because 12th index doesn't exist here. Now I want to tell you about something else, another thing. Now, if you want to find the length of the string, okay, if you want to find the length of the string, then how we can. So similarly, you know that like in array, how we were doing it, same way, if you want to find the length of it, then you just need to write s dot length and a function sign. So this is a sign of a function. And if you're doing it, then done. Okay, so that's all you need to do. So if I just write it, now you can see that it is actually printing 12. Now similarly, if you want to find the last index, if you want to find the last index of it, the same way, like the way we were using in basically in array. So I will write int last index, and the last index will be s dot length minus 1, because if you ask me what is the length, so length will be 12 here. But if you ask me what is the last index, so that will be 11, because the counting is starting from 0. So if I just print it, last index, this is problem 3. And if I execute it, let's see. So you can see that the last index is coming 11. And using this last index, what we can do is we can print the s value. Okay. So I can write here is s dot char at s dot char at, I can write here last index. Okay, so you can see that the last character it is printing L. Now the same way we can also run a loop in this one. We can also run a loop in this one. So if I'm writing this, so you already know that this is the last index, and like instead of printing in this way, so you already can see that instead of printing in this way, what I can do is I can run a loop. So I will write, so you already know that what is my last index. So I will write for int I equal to 0, I will go equal to last index and I plus plus. And if I just write system.out.println, and in that case, I will just need to write char add and I. Automatically, my all values will get printed. So if I just write problem 4, and here also problem 4, now let's see what will happen. So you can see that Masai school. Okay. Now this is good. Okay. This is I've done using loop. But what if I want to do the collection? Right now you can see that all the output is actually getting printed in the next line. Now if I write problem 5.java, and if I write here problem 5, and you know that here I'm not collecting this thing. Okay. So if I just remove this ln, so you know that like this, it will not get printed in the next line. So if I just write problem 5.java, let's see what will be the output. It will not get printed in the next line, so it will get printed in the same line. But I don't want to do in this way. I want this to get collected in a separate variable. So I will take a string, and that string name is bag. Okay, so bag is something like the same thing. You can also use str, s, anything. But here I'm using bag. So bag equals to bag plus s dot char at of I. So what will happen? Everything like when the string will come, it will get collected in this bag. So now my final string will be, okay, I haven't printed it, so I need to print it outside system out.println, and now this will be my bag. Okay. So this is all about like the basic fundamental, the basic concept of string. Okay. So we have seen that like how to print indexes, and like how to print values presented some indexes, finding length and the looping. And if we want to collect everything into a bag, then how will we do it? So yeah, that's all.